The event, Earth Alliance Update, September 5, 2019. The Great Awakening of planet Earth has moved into high gear over the last several Earth days, due to the massive amount of cosmic light that impacted planet Earth, this past weekend. Our question is, can you feel this?
I don't like this guy.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to
The Silent Cartographer.
What doesn't kill you make you stranger.
Dun 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 dun.
I'm gonna do my best to be nice and not be cruel or toxic in this video.
Hey, irrelevant. You're irrelevant. Another pretty irrelevant YouTuber.
Then why live? Just jump off a cliff. If it's just a simulation, who cares?
Because I don't want my channel to be that.
But this is a sore subject for me, so this might be another video with multiple takes.
If you haven't heard of Michael Love, he's a guy who channels some Pleiadians, and every few months he has a prediction of a great solar flash of 5D energy or mass landings of UFOs. The pattern is he makes a prediction, usually a few months in advance. People get excited. A lot of people get excited. The date comes, nothing happens. People get disappointed. Michael goes media silent for a little bit, and within a few weeks tops, he has a new prediction, as if the last failed one didn't happen. And we repeat the cycle. Now you might be asking yourself, why would someone lie about the ascension and energies coming in and being able to channel higher dimensional beings?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Patent pocket.
All the loyal subscribers are going to remember this one.
I know Michael's not the only person to do this, but Michael is the person that I've encountered doing this. And his large following is a bit disheartening to see so many people being lied to because they're in such a desperate state of vulnerability. Michael also, on his website, has a shop where you can buy Andara crystals that range anywhere from $10 or $20 to $4,000.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Now you might be saying, well, what's the big deal? If you're getting a huge crystal that's high energy, $4,000 is going to be worth it, yeah? Well, these aren't just crystals, according to Michael. According to him in the Pleiadians that he channels, these crystals are required to ascend into the new fifth dimensional Earth. So I'm editing the video right now, and I just got to this part. And while looking at the website, I'm realizing that these sale prices have always been there. I think the first time I came across this website was at least 6 months ago, and everything was on sale, as you see now. So if everything's always on sale, then it's not really a sale, it's just a price. This goes more into that manipulation thing that I'm getting at. He's selling these crystals for $2,000, but he makes you think that they're actually $4,000 and they're just on sale. The level of manipulation is staggering at times. It feels like the more I look into them, there's another layer that I find of icky darkness that I don't like. I can't see what he's doing on a day-to-day basis anymore because Michael blocked me on Facebook for politely, and I'm not being sarcastic, it was politely, stating that I think he might be wrong about a few things after a few failed predictions. No conversation, no acknowledgement, no clarification. He just blocked me immediately. And I think that says a lot. And it's actually that event that happened almost a year ago at this point that gave me the idea to start making videos like this. So thank you, Michael. You created a monster.
Back to it.
Now, not all of my videos are going to be about Michael Love or false prophets or even people that I think are doing things in a way that lacks integrity. But As someone who is learning to be a healer and a channel, I'm a little sick of watching my colleagues take advantage of people who don't have a clear view on what's going on and what to do to reconnect with themselves. A lot of people don't even know that that's the point. They're supposed to reconnect with themselves. They think they need a crystal, so an alien is going to save them.
Doc, come on, man! Medic! Medic!
Because some guy said so. Now, the beautiful thing about this whole Michael Love situation is on his personal channel, there are none of his failed predictions. They are the more vague predictions of DNA upgrades or energies coming in. Things that are not so tangible. One could even argue that if you're not aware of energies coming in or certain stargates, you're not going to feel the energies. So it's difficult to say whether or not he's accurate in what he's saying. But when you say some shit in a video, like there's gonna be full disclosure, like mass alien landings happening, and then it doesn't happen, it's checkmate, you would think. However, I've seen people in the comment section of other videos with these predictions that he's made say maybe it didn't happen because we all shifted to a timeline where the mass landings are going to happen on a different date. So they did happen, and a bunch of people experienced it, but me, you, and everyone else that's sitting here saying, I can't believe it didn't happen. We just shifted to a different timeline. So Michael was still right. And that's where the cognitive dissonance starts to kick in. I believe plenty of vague things that aren't tangible and are nearly impossible to flat out impossible to prove to the human mind. But I make sure I don't stay in a bubble by, one, I always keep looking. I never say, well, I know the answer, so I'm going to stop looking. I am pretty sure of the answer and I can have a knowing, but I'm still receptive to new information coming in so I can still expand that viewpoint. Two, I go out of my way to watch videos and read comments of people who think what I do is insane. Whether it's an atheist or just a normal Christian or Richie from Boston who thinks the earth is flat and everything is a demon and the Illuminati is going to kill us with 5G. And I'm going to burn in hell for working with my spirit guide who's actually Lucifer trying to steal my soul.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston, and it is the 6th of August, or so they want us to believe.
I actually stopped doing the last one pretty recently because I can only handle so much of the lower vibration doom and gloom. But, you know, once I hear we're all going to burn in hell for the 100th time, I get it. I don't need to tune in anymore. And 3,
triple kill.
I am helping myself become more aware of my own bias, of where I will have resistance to something. Meanwhile, I'll fully take in something else without even challenging it a little bit, depending on what the information is, what the information says, or who the information is coming from.
Like I said, we are all the chocolate chips on the cosmic pancake, and you cannot prove me wrong.
Metaphorically, that is objective.
And I didn't even realize I was that bad with this until I started challenging it. That's very important. You can't grow if you refuse to change your belief system on something. A solid belief system is fine, but you can get into a state where you have foundation that's a little flexible. Thinking you're a prisoner that needs alien saviors, it's not that flexible. But there's really only one solution. Turn off the game or break me out. Preferably both. So shout out to Soul Nexus for bringing this to my attention with an article I found while Googling Michael Love. Apparently, back in 2017, he deleted all of his transmissions. Clean slate, starting from scratch. It's very interesting. One could speculate on maybe why this is the case. It's extra interesting when you think about the fact that Daniel Scranton, a channel who pulls in transmissions from the 9th dimension and from the 9th dimension Arcturian Council, highly recommend Daniel Scranton. He's the best cat channel on YouTube.
Of stuff done in a single day, and whoa.
He has videos from years ago, and Teal Swan has videos from 11 years ago. And in those videos, she's stuttering and stammering, looking nervous. It's a far cry from how Teal Swan presents herself in her current videos. Both people have these videos still up because even though they might be less professional and a little harder to take in because of how amateur they might come off to some people, the information in these videos are so worthwhile. They go beyond the presentation. And I'm sure it's also fun for them to look back and go like, oh, remember how awful I used to be at pronouncing my words in front of the camera? Remember how I didn't get the aspect ratio correct? So they didn't delete their shit. Why did Michael? Was he self-conscious that the robot voice he was using years ago isn't as good as the robot voice he's using now? Maybe. Maybe a few bits and pieces were wrong, so he wanted to take all the videos down. It happens. I'm a channel, and I'm not great at it. I'm very hit or miss. Sometimes I channel amazing things, and sometimes...
I guess they never miss, huh?
So I get that. But maybe, perhaps, when you make a lot of fake predictions over and over, they start to pile up, and it starts to build evidence that maybe things aren't so official. Maybe you're not legit. Now, my healer, the infamous Tim, told me that it could be possible that he's not lying and he's picking up transmissions that are meant for another planet and mistaking them for Earth. And I considered that until I saw that Michael deleted all of these old predictions. And that is a little sneaky snake.
Snake. Oh, snake.
Silence!
I feel like if you were channeling something and you thought it was legit and you realized none of this is coming true and you meant well, you would course correct in some way. You would either stop because you realize that this isn't working, or you would try to connect with beings that can actually help set you straight and bring clarity to the situation. Maybe make a public statement for all the people following you that they need to go somewhere else. Maybe recommend them to someone who's a little more legit. What did Michael do? Michael deleted everything and kept going. But people like Michael, they help people stay in this baby state of, I need help. And it's fine to need help. I need help. We all do. You have needs, and some of those needs need to be met by other people. Your soul might be eternal and self-sufficient, but you're in a physical body, and that physical body is a social creature that needs to be around other people. So I'm not saying to disconnect with the part of you that wants to love and feel loved and co-create with another person. What I'm saying is to work on your flaws and your traumas and realize that your flaws have reason and they might not even be flaws, and your traumas are real and need to be loved. Your soul wouldn't choose to reincarnate on this planet if you couldn't. Do I think Michael Love is a bad person? No. I think he's a great lesson for people. I fell for Michael Love when I first woke up, and I learned from the experience. And everyone that's still believing him will learn from the experience and grow thanks to him. So he's technically doing everybody a favor. And whether he's lying or he's being lied to, the more important question is, if you believe him and you need him to be right, ask yourself why. What are you running from? And whatever comes up, work on those things directly, little by little. Work on your intuition, take better care of your body, and over time see if you're still paying attention to what Michael Love is saying and what predictions he's coming out with next, or see if maybe you're so wrapped up in reconnecting with the part of yourself that wants to be loved, you don't even really care anymore because you have a lot of work to do and you're actually starting to enjoy it. And like I mentioned in the last video, I channel Pleiadians. They don't tell me anything about any event. They tell me things like, hey, you're a little too hard on yourself. Now, is that a trickster being or a demon tricking me? I don't know. If it is, they're going in a real roundabout way to gain my trust. It's just kind of crazy to me that I even have to explain how he's not legit when he makes a prediction for a specific date of mass alien landings. The date comes and goes, it doesn't happen, and people thank him. It makes me crazy. Now, I don't have any damning evidence of Michael Love admitting that what he's doing is wrong or incorrect. All I have is a lot of failed specific predictions and what I feel like is common sense. So, if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. But at some point you're gonna get tired of sitting down and waiting, and you're gonna decide to stand up and do it yourself. And that's gonna be the biggest day of your life.
Perfect.
In the next video, I'm going to be talking about how inner work and non-duality is the real goal of being here as far as learning to be comfortable and accepting what is. You don't have to learn those things, but if being comfortable is the name of the game, then learning how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable is your best bet. You might have noticed a lot of video game footage in this video. I've been playing a lot of video games recently after taking a long break, so hopefully I get the next part out in a timely manner, but I'm also doing a lot of intense inner work and learning Reiki, so I'm a bit busy, to say the least, but I do plan on staying dedicated to these videos. So thank you for being here with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.
For dit cute kid